Hey everyone, it's me Lisa from Lisa Knits and Vlogs. Well, I'm here to show you my knitting and to chat. And I got two projects on the go. One is the ruby scarf. I'm not doing it in a chunky yarn. They're saying use 8 balls and made of your amount of chunky, a pair of 6.5mm knitting needles, US 10.5 needles. So you cast on 45 stitches, knit 3, purl 3, knit 3 to the end, and when you get to 60 inches, then you cast off in the pattern. Now, I did have it longer than this. It was up here, but I had to frog it right down because I had made a mistake. So, I knit 3, purl 3, knit 3, purl 3, and on the way back, I purl and I knit and I purl the same pattern. So I'm catching up to where I've frogged. Don't be ashamed that you got a frog. Everyone does it. I just find when I seen it, I thought, yeah, I can't keep going, so I had to go back and do it. Now I'm doing so. I can't tell you exactly how long it's taken. I think I started on the 10th of January. But then I'm doing two projects because I'll tell you about the other one in a minute. The yarn I'm using is 4 Seasons Marble 8-ply. 100% acrylic. It's a light fusion made for Spotlight, Pty Ltd, www.spotlightstores.com. It's cool hand wash, do not bleach, do not tumble dry, dry flat and shade, low iron, dry cleanable, 270 meters per ball, 4mm knitting needles. I am using a 4.5 for the scarf and a size 4 for something else. Knitting tensions 22 meters, 22 stitches by 30 rows, 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters square, made in India. Now that is for the scarf. And the other one that I'm doing are squares. I got one for 40 stitches at 81 rows, and now I'm doing this one. This is 45 stitches on a size 4mm needle. It's not complete yet, and again, 4 Seasons Marble ply, 100% acrylic 8-ply, and it's fawn, made for Spotlight Stores, Pty Ltd, www.spotlightstores.com. Cool hand wash, do not tumble dry, do not bleach, do not dry flat in the shade, low iron, dry cleanable, 270 meters per ball, 4mm needles, which is what I'm using. Knitting the tension is 22 stitches by 30 rows, 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters square, made in India. Now, the ladies and I knitting club have decided to knit up some squares. So then that way we can make a blanket to donate that we all have done. Sorry about that, guys. That we all have done. So I said, yep, I can do that while I'm doing. This is from where I donate to at Kogo, Knit One Give One. They have it where they know exactly how many stitches, how far wide. But when they said do 40 stitches at 20 centimeters by 20 centimeters, at 40 stitches, mine worked out to 18 centimeters wide to 20 centimeters long, which is 81 rows. Now this one's 45 stitches. I got 20 centimeters wide and not quite 20 inches long, 20 centimeters long as yet. So I'm trying to do both the 40 stitches and the 45. So the more squares that we have, we'll be able to make a few blankets with a bit of luck. So the more I make, the more we can get done. And then the more stash down of my labels I can do. I got 4 labels so far. Trying to beat last year's one at 115 ball bands. Hopefully I can do that with a bit of luck. But we'll see what happens. I would like to beat it. But some projects take a little longer than others. But I will be doing the stash down this year and next year. I do have it written on a bit of paper. I'll show you once I've done this line to where I put them. So then that way you guys get to see what I've done. And I need to write on a bit of paper now for squares, because I don't think I've got squares written down, so I better do that as well. So, alright, that makes that one done. So, I'll mark that off, and I'll show you why I'm marking it off. I write down on here, on a bit of paper, I'm old school and use pen and paper, all rows, so then that way, to how many rows that I need to do for, on my note, Kogo squares, 20 centimeters long, 20 centimeters, 45 stitches at 4 millimeter linear. So then that way I can write here to say, okay, we need that amount of rows. So then that way, I can tell you exactly how many rows I've done. Now, I think it's this one. See, on here I've got yarn ball bands count. Yarn ball bands count. Yarn balls count 2024, 115 ball bands, 31,004 meters. That was last year. I need to write yarn ball count for 2025 and tell you exactly how many that I have done. So that way I can tell you what I've done. But then I need to add another one for this one because I don't have one for squares. I don't think I do. Okay, let's have a look. Scarves, beanies, Christmas stockings, blankets, and baby beanies. No, I don't. So I better write one out for that, which I will do now because I've got my paper here. So then that way I better write out so I know that that's exactly what I'm doing. So where are my stickers? They're right here. I'll do that while I'm talking to you. And that, I've got some stickers so I can put down. So then that way I can, now did I write it in red or blue? Red. And use the blue. So, I'll write it down while I'm talking to you guys. So, Kogo squares. So then that way, I know how many of the squares that I've done. Because I'm keeping a tally on exactly how much I do this year. I didn't do it last year, so I couldn't tell you exactly what I've needed. So now this year, I've got no excuse. And then I'm going to do like what I did. I'll write on another one on to go in here, which I might even do. One thing then. I'll put another one in here. It'll say items I've made for 2025, which I'm going to do right now because I've got another bit of printing paper. So then that way, I'm going to keep a tally exactly each year how many items I make. So then that way I can tell you guys exactly how many I've made by the end of the year. How many items I have knitted up. So then that way I can tell you guys exactly what I have done. I'll put another sticker here. When my stickers decide to work there, and he'll get cut up. Put one there, and I need another sticker. I bought these stickers when they were on special. I think they were about $1 a packet, and it had heaps of stickers in there. The star stickers, I use them a lot because they do make it look really, really nice. Right, this is what I've done. How many items I have knitted up. That will now go into here. So then that way I can tell you guys exactly at the end of the year. It'll run from the 1st of January to the 31st of December. So then that way I can tell you exactly what I have done. And then when that's finished, and then I can tell you exactly what I've been up to, which will be a lot. So it's always a lot, as you all know. When my needles are on fire, they are on fire. Now you will hear my scissors go because I want to cut this up, and it makes makes more room in my bin to put more stuff in. I cut them up small so then I can fill my bin up, and then I empty it in Eden's bin. Now I'm going to just push you guys back just a little bit because I need to measure to see how much more I need to do, because I'm not sure exactly how much more I need to do, and I want to make sure I do the correct 20 centimeters. I've got about another 2.5 centimeters to go. So I will do that. Now I can move you forward. Sorry about the thumb. Alright, so now I can do some more. While we're talking. So we're doing our squares in whatever scrap balls that you have left. Doesn't matter the colour, as long as we can put them together and make a big blanket. Hopefully we might be able to make a couple with a bit of luck. Hopefully. Because that would be nice if we can get quite a few. And being 5 of us in the group, hopefully in between projects we all get quite a few squares done, which would be good, and it is a good way of stashing down a lot of your yarn, especially me because I've got a whole heap of them sitting in a bag that need to move the bags away from there. And I have plenty of yarn to use. So I'm using the fawn one first, and then maybe use a different colour. I'm not using white because I want to leave my white for when I do projects. So when I need to add projects, I need the white. You know, I do prefer the white with, if I want to, you know, make it say fawn and white, black and white, red and white. I make sure I've got a lot of white in my stash. I do make sure of that. And, you know, to me, white goes with everything. So, and especially if you're, like, we do have Australia Day coming up. So, especially if you want to make scarves with red, white, and blue, because that's the colour of our flag. So, white will go with that if you want to do a scarf in those colours. And I quite often, when I make scarves, I will put a bit of white in between to break the colours. So in that way you're not getting the whole of the colour that I often do. And sometimes I'll do the same in the blanket. I will just do, you know, whites in between. You know, say maybe 4 or 6 rows of white and then the main colour. And that, so, but I do want to do the triangle blanket again. I haven't done it since I did the baby one. And that one you can't do when you do a live. You, because there's a lot of counting with it. And that's something that you do when you're not. It needs a lot of concentration, so I will do that eventually. But I do have some yarn in there that I would like to use. When I get to it. And that, so so I wonder what you guys are working on at the moment. Crocheting, knitting, what colour yarn, what type of yarn. I use a lot of Four Seasons Marvel 8 ply. Sometimes I do go to a different ply. Just depends on what the ply I want it for. And how and you know, what I want to make up. So, which is good. But yeah. And this one that I'm using is a full skein of yarn that I'm using at the moment. And I don't even think I'm halfway through it. I could be by now. Because this is my second skein. So, and that's my first skein of the light fuchsia. I do have another one. And I don't know if I got any more after that one, but I will use them both up. And last time when I measured it, before I pulled it apart, before I frogged it, I think I was on 15 inches, I think I was. I have no idea what I'm on now, so I'll have to measure it. I've got to get to 60 inches. And then that'll be that scarf done. Because Kogo, where I donate, they need a lot of scarves, beanies, baby hats, blankets. So I enjoy doing those ones. And they do take squares, and they have people that can sew them together to make extra blankets. And they have a lot of charities to give to that need a lot of stuff. So there are a lot of knitting, crocheting groups out there that will make stuff and take to them. I go to Lincraft, which is another store in Australia where we can buy our fabrics, yarn bowls, everything like that. they take it off me so I don't have far to travel. I go up on the bus, drop it off, and while I'm there, I either get back on the bus or I go across to the shopping centre and have a bit of lunch or a drink, a hot drink, cold drink, a snack, maybe, depending on my mood. Or I might just say, no, I'll get back on the bus and come back to the suburb that I live in and maybe get off and go to McDonald's and have a hot chocolate with a bit of sourdough toast, or maybe a hot drink with a muffin, or a cold drink with a sourdough, depending on my mood, sort of thing. I see how I go to what I fancy. But I do have a bag that I need to go, but I'm waiting to fill it up a little bit more. I only got 3 hats in there and I want to do a couple more. I want to do a lot more, so... And the pattern hat that I'm doing doesn't take long to do, so... I will do more of those ones. This year so far I've done 2 of the hats, but one of them was from last year that didn't get taken, so that's why there's 3. So I'm not counting that into what I've made so far. I will when because that was from last year's. I got 2 for this year, and I think I've made a scarf so far. 5 Christmas stockings. And that. You will hear a truck around. I'm hoping it's only our garbage, because it's our garbage truck is around to empty the bins. Because it's bin day. So I hope he doesn't make too much noise for you guys. Sounds like the recycle bin. Because it's recycle week this week too. So... I hope that you all are having a great day or night. I hope you've all been sleeping well. And don't forget to hydrate when you need to and dehydrate when you need to. I'll do this line and then I'll have some water. My throat feels a little dry. So I better have one after this row, so then that way my mouth doesn't get dry, or my throat. I haven't heard any little birdies today, so I'm hoping they're okay, because oh there you go, there's a couple of birds outside. Because I like the birds to sing, so then that way you guys get to hear our birds. So then that way you get to hear them, and they do make pretty birds. Alright, so this is row 79 and 80. And then I'll check, I'll push you guys back a little bit and check to see exactly if I'm up to 20 centimeters, which makes 8 inches. So I'm just going to push you guys back here. Sorry for the movement, guys. Might have to move you back just a fraction more. Sorry, guys. Let's see now where we're up to. Oh, maybe 2 more rows. So we'll play by ear. We'll put down rows 81 and 82. Sorry about the thumb, guys. So I'll do that in a minute because I want to have a drink. Put my stoppers on, my needles, the ones from Temu. I'm not affiliated with them. They have some nice stuff there. Some nice water. So then that way I can... So I'll do these 2 rows now. I hope you've all been enjoying me chit-chatting away, as I do, while I'm knitting. And I hope you've been sitting down making your crafts while I've been chit-chatting to keep you company. And I hope that you guys have been getting a lot of your crafts done while I'm chatting away. We've got beautiful weather today. The other day it just bucketed down with thunder and lightning. We got 6 months worth of rain in one day, which can happen for us here in Melbourne, Australia. So it's nothing unusual for us to get 6 months worth of rain in one day, which was good. So just hoping that if we had any bushfires that it went where it needed to go. When I walk out my front door, I can look over to the airport and knew that the rain was coming because it was pretty bad over at the airport. So we're thinking, yeah, and because we had to go to the shops, we got caught in it, and we got soaking wet by the time we got home. But thank God it was when we were going to go and have showers, so that wasn't so bad. And I don't think we got any more rain till during the week, which is will help. Well, thinking it would help cool the house down, but no, it didn't. Didn't cool down at all. The house stayed muggy. But at least it wasn't as hot as what has been in the house. So the rain cooled down a little bit, but not a lot. So once I do this row, I'm going to leave you guys to it, so you guys can get back to what you were doing. So I do hope you get the chance to like and comment, even if it's a little love heart. It helps the algorithm of the video. And I will see you all around on the YouTube streets. Stay safe, happy crafting, and I'll see you around. Bye.